Hello, dear students. Today we are going to study the poem The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. Dear students, in this poem, The Road Not Taken, the road symbolizes our life. Okay? The poet says that the path that we don't choose in our life is the road not taken. He describes his feelings about that choice that he had left in the past. The path which we have chosen decides our future, our destination. The important message that the poet wants to give is that the choice that we make has an impact on our future, and if we make a wrong choice, we regret it but cannot go back on it. So, we must be wise while making choices. Now, dear students, let's begin with the poem. First, we will see stanza number 1. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Let's see the word meaning first. Diverged. Diverged means separated and took a different direction. Yellowwood. Yellowwood means a forest with decomposing leaves. Undergrowth. Undergrowth means dense growth of plants and bushes. Here it means forest. Okay. Now let me tell you the paraphrasing of the first stanza. Here once the poet was walking down a road and then there was a diversion. As he says that the two roads diverged in a yellow wood. There were two different paths and he had to choose one out of them. As you can see in the picture, this point is called diversion and these are the two different paths. Okay. Further, the poet says that as he was one person, he could travel on one road only. He had to choose one out of these two roads. Yellow means here yellow wood means a forest with leaves which are wearing out and they have turned yellow in color. The season is of autumn. It represents a world which is full of people. If we see the figurative meaning, yellow wood means a world which is full of people and the people are older than the poet. The poet kept standing there and looked at the path very carefully as far as he could see it. Before taking the path, he wanted to know how it was. Was it suitable for him or no? He was able to see the path till from where it curved, after which it was covered with trees and was hidden. Means it went into the undergrowth. Further, the poet says that it happens in our life also when we have choices. We have alternatives, but we have to choose only one out of them. We take time to think about the pros and cons. Pros and cons means merits and demerits, advantages and disadvantages, whether it is suitable for us or not, and only then we take a decision on what path we should choose. Okay, now let's move on to next stanza number 2. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there. Now, dear students, here the word is fair. Fair means as good as the other one. Next word is claim. Claim means here better option. Next is grassy. Grassy means unused. And next is wanted where. Wanted where means had not been used by the people. Now, here the poet kept on looking at one path for a long time to check if it is the right path for him or not. And then he decided to start walking on another path because he felt that the both paths were equally good. He says just as fair, so he felt that both paths were equally good and started walking one of them. He adds that maybe he felt that the path was better for him, so he chooses it as it had grass on it, which means that it was unused. Not many people had walked on this path earlier. That is why this path was grassy. And wanted where means that it was not walked over by many people. After he walked on the path for some distance, he realized that both the paths had been worn out the same way. Both the paths were similar and worn out. Even in our life, we take any path or option, but all of them have the same benefits, disadvantages, problems, challenges, and we must face them. We think that we are choosing a better option, but it is not that way. Because when we, start working on that option, later on we find that the another option was as equal as the one we have chosen. Now let's move on to next stanza number 3. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for and the day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Dear children, the word trodden means walked over. Okay. The poet says that both the paths were similar. That morning, both had leaves on them, and no one had stepped on them as they were still green in color. Okay. He decided that that day he would take one path and keep the other path for another day. Although he knew that one way leads on to another way, he knew that he could not go back on the choice that he had made. Similarly, even in our life, once we choose an option, we must keep on moving ahead with that option. And we never get a chance to come back and take the other option that we had left earlier. The chance never comes back. Okay, and it happened with poet also. Now let's move on to stanza number 4. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Sigh means deep breath, and hence means here in the future. Now, the poet says that in the future he will take a deep breath and say that once upon a time he had reached such a point in his life that there were two options for him, and he traveled on that road which had been traveled upon by a lesser number of people. That decision of his decided his future. Similarly, in future, when you grow up, then you will say that once upon a time when you were young, you had two options. The choice that you made you what you became of it. This is a very strong message for all the students that you should be wise and be careful while making choices out of the options that you have in your life, because your future depends on the choice that you make today. So this is the message of the poem, that future depends on the choice that we make today. So we should be very wise, very careful while making choices in our life. Now, dear students, let's see the poetic devices used by the poet. First, let's see the stanza number 4. Here you can see in second line, ages and ages. This word is repeated. Similarly, two roads diverge in a wood. This line has been also repeated in the poem. So the poet has used here the poetic device repetition. Okay. Repetition is a poetic device where the poet repeats the words and sentences in the poem. Okay. Another one we will see the rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme means the pattern of the rhyming words at the end of the line. In first line of stanza 4, we will see the first word sigh, second hence, in third I, fourth by, and fifth difference. Now, to give the rhyme scheme, we take alphabet A for the first recognized word. First is sigh, so it will take A. Hence is not rhyming with sigh, it will take B. I is rhyming with sigh, so it will also take A. By is rhyming with I, it will also take A. Difference is rhyming with hence, and here we had given hence B, so here we will give B to difference also. So the rhyme scheme becomes A, B, A, A, B. This is the rhyme scheme of this stanza. Okay. Now let's see stanza number 3. And both that morning equally lay. Here the rhyming word in the first line is lay, then black, then day, then we have way, and then after way back. Okay. Now you see that the same rhyme scheme is here as stanza number, same as stanza number 4. Lay A, black B, day A, way A, and back B. So A, B, A, B. Another poetic device used by the poet is here. Can you identify, children? Yes, that is assonance. Assonance means repetition of the vowel in the line. And here you can see in line number 4, the O sound is prominent, O vowel sound, in knowing how, on, to. Okay, so the poet has used here the poetic device assonance too. Now let's move on to stanza number 2. Let's see the poetic device. The rhyme scheme is same, AB, AAB, and here the poet has used the poetic device alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of the consonant sound at the beginning of 2 and more consecutive words. Here you can see wanted where. Wanted where W. W gives us the sound of wa, and the sound of wa has been repeated here. Okay. Now let's move on to the stanza number 1. In stanza number 1, we find the rhyme scheme same. Would, both, stood, could, and growth. Would will take A, both B, stood A, could A, and undergrowth B. So the rhyme scheme is same, A, B, A, A, B. Another poetic device is anaphora. Anaphora means repetition of the words in the beginning of the line. And here and word is repeated in the consecutive lines. So that is anaphora. Okay. And the poet has used metaphor also because two roads are used as for the option of one's life. Okay, two roads means two options in one's life. So dear students, that's all for the poem The Road Not Taken. Okay, please watch the video and try to understand the message and meaning of the poem along with the poetic devices. Thank you.